My name is Derek Longmire, and I'm the Executive Director of the Problem Gambling Network of Ohio. I've been involved in prevention for a little over 20 years and have worked as the Executive Director of PG&O since 2016. Some important things that I want to make sure that people know about gambling and problem gambling is that the earlier you start, the more likely you are to have problems. Also, that gambling can impact everyone. So oftentimes I hear about community members just thinking, well, if it's a gambling problem, that's their thing to kind of figure out and work on. But it's important to recognize that gambling doesn't only impact that individual, but also that individual's families, their coworkers, and all the members of their larger community. Also, prevention resources are available for everyone in Ohio. We have two fantastic statewide campaigns focused on gambling. The first is Before You Bet. So, of those who are of legal age to gamble, it's If You Gamble, Get Set Before You Bet. The second is focused on the transition that we're seeing right now between gambling and gaming, which is Change the Game Ohio. So you can go to beforeyoubet.org or changethegameohio.org to get additional information. Also want to make sure that folks know that help and hope are available to those that need it. We have a lot of cool opportunities throughout the state through the quiz that you can take at beforeyoubet.org. So you can kind of self-monitor if you think someone's having a gambling problem or if you yourself might have a gambling problem. You can also call the Ohio Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-589-9966. Free or low cost support services are available to all Ohioans. One of the favorite parts about my job is being able to make changes in this area, change for communities, change for individuals, and certainly change in policy. We have several bills that have been introduced in both the House and the Ohio Senate, and it's my opportunity and obligation to make sure that we're advocating for those very important consumer protections that need to be in place when we look at gambling expansion. As we think about gambling, many issues around gambling aren't just financial. They can lead to other problems, whether that be through relationships, employment impact, health and safety of not paying the bills, losing your car, things like that. It can also impact those with a gambling problem who have higher rates of suicide. We know that those that are impacted by a gambling problem have higher rates of suicide than any other process addiction. Some tips that parents can look out for. First, you can go to either beforeyoubet.org or changethegameohio.org to get more information about the impact of gambling and gaming, but also think about the conversations you could have with your young people about gambling you might see in your community, whether that's around the holiday times with being able to have one of those lottery tickets and a stocking stuffer that is all too common but not appropriate for youth. Again, we know that youth are who have an early initiation of a big win with gambling are more likely to develop a problem later down the road. So those stocking stuffers where you might win something could actually be more harmful than if they didn't win at all, because that could be that early big win that would have so many problems. Again, I want to remind folks about all the resources that are available throughout Ohio, and we're so often referred to as the Ohio model of what other states and countries should be doing in order to have those support services and safety nets in place. You can reach me at Problem Gambling Network at Ohio at pgnohio.org or call 614-750-9899. Thanks so much for joining us today.